Hi guys, and welcome back to 101 with Frank Pinson. We have the Miracle League of Whitfield County here today. How are you guys doing, Mr. Chip Hicks
Great.
and Mr. B. James?
Thanks for having me with you.
Thank you for coming today. So Chip, we'll start with you. What is the Miracle League and how did it get started?
The Whitfield County Miracle League is an organized baseball league for children and adults with special needs. Back in 2010, Stephen Neely with the Westside Athletic Association was on vacation with his family, and he saw a Miracle League ball game being played. And he came back and shared his story with the Whitfield County Board of Commissioners, and they fell in love with the idea. And the announcement was made back in 2010. And the groundbreaking was August 2011, and our opening day was September 2012.
Oh man, that's a lot of great things there. So you guys actually don't play on an actual field that's at the recreation, correct? Can you talk a little bit about this picture here, about your field, and is it safe for the kids, and how does that go?
I can. The Miracle Field, we have a special surface. It's Mondo rubber. And the Mondo rubber is actually the same surface that the Olympic track and field events are ran on. But the bases and the pitcher's mound and everything is painted on the surface of the field, so it eliminates any obstacle for children and walkers and the wheelchairs. They're able to navigate the field without any danger.
Hazards. Oh, that's good stuff right there to hear. It's safety for the athletes there. But before we go any further, we have the main man here, the Mr. Popular guy, Mr. B. James. But we don't want to talk about you right now. Let's talk about this beautiful person here. Can you tell us who it is that you have?
That's my wife, Belinda. We just got married 2 weeks ago at the Miracle Field on Saturday on home plate. And I've waited 48 years as a single man, and God definitely put the most beautiful woman in the world.
Yeah, those good things right there. That ceremony was beautiful. I saw that in the paper as well.
Your dad was there.
Yeah, he was there. I saw. He showed me pictures there. He actually left there and came to the house and showed me pictures. So that was a special thing for him. But so congratulations to you and your beautiful wife.
Thank you.
So talking about that, how did you get into becoming an announcer for the Miracle League?
I had done on the TV. We're going to talk about some of my many talents, if you want to call them that. But I had done a promotional video for these guys before it opened. We're trying to draw some awareness to it. I happened to be up there. I'm going to let Chip take the story over next, but I just happened to be up there.
We were in our second game of our inaugural season back in 2012, and we had a special guest come our first game and announce. And so the second game, I was, I didn't know anybody that I could ask, and so I was getting ready to announce the ball game, and something just told me to, Chip, turn around. And I turned around, and there stood Brent
James.
And I asked him, I said, have you ever announced a ball game? And he said, Chip, I have not. And I said, well, would you be willing to try? And he announced that game, and he's the voice of the Miracle League.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
Yeah, so that's good stuff. I know it comes natural to him. I know he's a big fan of wrestling. We can say that. Can you tell some people some of the other services that you provide for the community?
My gosh, our family's been around for years. When my father died, the emergency locksmith got dropped in my lap. Kind of to still help people when they're in need with that.
Florists.
I've worked, yeah, my mom owns Prince Florists. We've had that for 40-something years locally.
And let's tell them a little bit about
ministry. I serve Baptist Ministry. I've recently answered my call and preached for that, so the Lord's been working on me a while with that. And I've worked in broadcast TV production about 15 years.
That's great. A quick story is you actually helped me transition into the Professional International League. You actually did a highlight tape. So
for you, years ago.
Yeah, that was years ago. So you can actually look that up on YouTube. So any of you athletes, call this man. He'll make a highlight tape for you, and he'll get you out there. So going into this, back to the Miracle League, how is the atmosphere of the game, Chip, if you can answer that?
It's just a very special day when we do play our games. We always ask somebody to come and sing the national anthem at the beginning of the games. We ask someone to say prayer also before the games. But it's just an electric atmosphere. Brent, like I said, he announces all the players' names when they come up to bat. He's given a lot of our players nicknames. He's got music going through the speakers, and it's just a very good time.
Really? Okay, so looking at these pictures here, Brent, if you can talk about how the camaraderie is between the athletes and how is it that they interact with each other there?
You know, each player is uniquely different, to say the least. And it's really neat to see them high-fiving each other. And even the ones on opposing teams, when one goes around first base, he'll high-five the first baseman. And it's really neat to see those kids. You know, one of the neatest things about this, really, is we're seeing kids get to do something that the doctors, maybe when they were born, said they would never get to do.
I know, that's great stuff.
And I like to say my favorite verse is Jude 122. It says, somehow compassion, making a difference. And I like to think that's what we get to do there. Let's get to make that difference. Christ and how it's made.
Yes, you guys are doing a great job of that. So, so Chip, can you talk about some of the teams? How many teams do you have, and how did you come up with the names of the teams? Can you talk about that?
Well, we back when we started in 2012, we had a total of 55 participants. This fall, right now, we currently have around 130.
Oh man, great!
So we have 10 teams. We decided to go with Major League replica jerseys and hats as our uniforms. So we've got the Braves, so we've got the Cardinals, we've got the Yankees, we got the Cubs, we got the Dodgers, we got the Pirates. So we've covered a lot of the Major League Baseball teams.
Yeah, so I saw some of the pictures there. So I know you talked about people either singing the national anthem.
Yes.
How can well, first I'll say, how can family members get their kids or their family members involved with the Miracle League?
Well, you can contact Millie, my wife. She's co-director. You can reach her on her cell at 706-260-8861, or you can email info@WhitfieldCountyMiracleLeague.com, and we'll get back to you.
Oh, so that's great. So are there any age requirements for the participants?
There is not. We start from ages 5 to we have some players currently playing right now in their 60s.
In their 60s, okay. So, well, I don't want to put his name out there, but there's a coach out there, and you guys have a nickname for him. My coach, Coach Tim Parker. Can you give him a shout out, and how's that go?
The ace is still on base, Tim Parker, the ambassador of the Miracle League, the king of England. He's everything, but Tim's a great guy.
Yes, he is.
And he was the first one to steal a base in the Miracle League.
Really?
He stole 2 purses and some other stuff later that day.
Okay.
But Tim was the first one to ever bring the element of stolen base into the game. So it's really neat to have him in his wheelchair as he motored off and stole a base and took us off guard that day.
That's great stuff there. So how can people as well, if they want to either help, volunteer, or sing the national anthem, how can they get involved with that?
Well, let me give you those numbers one more time. 706-260-8861. That's my wife and co-director Millie Hicks, or you can email us at info@WhitfieldCountyMiracleLeague.com.
That's great stuff. So, B, what days are the games on, and what times? How can they do that?
We play on Saturdays. We have 2 seasons. We have a spring season, then we have a fall season. We're in the 3rd week coming up of fall season right now, or 4th week, I guess.
Yes,
4th week of fall season. Our games start at 9 a.m. at Westside Park, 1519 Mount Vernon Road. And our games go from there till about 1:30, 2 o'clock range.
Okay, so on Saturdays, can you give that address one more time?
It's 1519 Mount Vernon Road. It's in Westside Park.
Okay, so Chip, one last thing for the newcomers who want to attend the game. Is there any structure? How do we need to participate in the crowd? Because I get pretty rowdy. I'll bring some cowbells. How should we?
We love that. These children, they love when people are applauding for them when they get a base hit and come around the bases and cross home plate. They love having people there cheering them on. So we just welcome anybody that would like to come out. It's just a wonderful atmosphere.
Man, that's great stuff there. So guys, make sure you go out and support this Miracle League of Whitfield County, and they can contact you all one more time. How can they do that?
706-260-8861 or info@WhitfieldCountyMiracleLeague.com.
Okay, you guys hang around. You may catch me singing a national anthem here at one of the games. I have to get loose. So, but like I say, don't go anywhere. And guys, we'll be right back with our next guest.